Beautiful seekers, this is Clarity 1129. Welcome and welcome back to my channel. Today's reading is about the upcoming Saturn retrograde and the Mercury retrograde. All right, it is a collective reading, and I'll have timestamps for both the Saturn as well as the Mercury retrograde. It's going to be a brief reading, and we're just going to look at a couple of questions for both separately. And we're going to pull out advice cards so you know what to keep in mind, what to expect during this period. If this reading calls out to you, if only one portion of the reading calls out to you, that's okay. But if you find that you're drawn to watch both, that's also okay. Just remember, you use tarot readings and astrology readings just to give you some clarity moving forward. It is not to help promote superstition of any sort, or it's not to build in fear, and it's not a prediction wherein you have nothing which is in your control. It just gives you a few things that you can keep in mind so that your road ahead is smooth, or even if you come into some sort of problems, you know what to do, how to find a solution for it easier. Even without tarot readings and even without astrology, people do work, people do live, and they thrive. So this is not to say that if you've not seen a reading that you don't know what to do. You've lived a whole life without coming to a tarot reading before this, and you will continue to do so. But if this can give you some clarity, I will be happy that this really helped. So we'll start with the Saturn retrograde reading. They're going to be a set of 5 questions. All right, before we begin, let me tell you, the Saturn retrograde is going to begin on the 13th of July 2025 if you're watching this as I'm recording it, and it will remain in its retrograde motion right up till 28th of November 2025. It turns direct on the 29th. So because it is a Saturn retrograde, the themes of Saturn are going to be very prominent. And Saturn is, it gets a bad rap because it is a sign that can be unforgiving if you don't do the work. So it's all about discipline, working hard, diligently, being very humble, and not taking any shortcuts, all right? And Saturn will really make you work, all your issues. So during the retrograde, what happens is, if things haven't worked out in the past, if you've had a problem with authority in the past, it could be a patriarchal figure, it could be some sort of, authoritarian figure that you've had a problem with, or things didn't work out well, or you've done some work wherein you've taken a shortcut. This time during the Saturn retrograde, you're getting a second chance to revisit those things. So this is not the time to start something new, but this is the time to go back and look at what you could have done better, which you didn't. Maybe you didn't have time, maybe you didn't feel like at that time, or you weren't inspired enough, or you were just rushing things for whatever reason. Now you're getting to revisit it, do a good job of it, and then put it out there. All right, so if you do that during this time, working really hard, analyzing what went wrong, correcting for those mistakes, and being your most authentic self, and working patiently without looking for the results, believe me, when Saturn turns direct, you will be blessed, for all the reputation it has for being a taskmaster and whatever else. Saturn is so benevolent when it finally leaves your sign, if you have done the work. That is a very big if. All right, so what are we going to look in this reading? We are going to take out, I'll be live shuffling the tarot, and we're going to use the Light Seers tarot for Saturn because black is the color. And we're going to first look at what is the main energy that you're going to experience, then what is the major lesson that Saturn is trying to teach you during this retrograde, what to keep in mind during this time, what do you need to redo, revisit, as I was saying, which you haven't done a good job of in the past, and how is Saturn going to reward you. And the last message we're going to see is what is the final message from Saturn for you. All right, so these are 6 tarot cards we'll pull, and then I'm going to take out additional advice. All right, from the 3 oracle decks, we have the Angel and Ancestors Oracle, the Prism Oracle, and the Moonology deck, which I can't do without. All right, the cards have been pre-shuffled, at least the tarot has. So we'll begin with that, and then we will take out your advice. All right, so beautiful collective, let's come here. Let's begin your reading. What is the main theme or energy that will be experienced during this time? And you get the Sun in reverse. Can you see this? Here it is, the Sun in reverse. This is understandable, you know. And why I laughed is because if you're studying Vedic astrology, you know that the Sun and Saturn, they are father and son. Okay, that's how it's taken. And the fact is that the sun doesn't really have to do much. When the sun comes out, people just look at the sun. It's just ready acceptance, all right? Because the sun is the sun. And so usually people who have very strong, say Leo placements, they have a tough time during Saturn. Any kind of, you have Sarde Sati and other astrological events related to Saturn. What happens is that they face the brunt of it, because Saturn is everything that the sun is not. Saturn does not believe in these grand gestures, and also the sun, as I said, represents the father. So main theme during this time is going to be, number one, that you may have a clash with your father or an authoritarian figure, or you may have had a clash in the past, and you're getting a second chance to redeem it, to make things okay. Because we don't have a control of how the other person is going to be, but we have control over ourselves. And if things have played out in a way wherein it may have been your father's fault, it may have been the authoritarian figure's fault for whatever it is, but if they are at that position wherein your father, for whatever he may be, he is your father, so you are getting a second time to go and revisit that, make your peace with that situation, and finally let it go. Try and make amends, and if not, forgive your father, that authoritarian figure, and forgive yourself. Close that chapter and move forward. This is going to be a very strong theme. And for others of you where this is not the case, then the stress is going to be on the fact that if things would come to you because of the charm that you had or the charisma that you carry, this is going to be the time when you're going to work really, really hard for what you want. And, take no shortcuts and just do it the right way. And this is what you are going to experience, that in the past your charm worked, now it won't during this Saturn retrograde, because you're being told to be humble and just work and work and work. All right, so what is your major lesson to learn for the future? And you get the Ace of Pentacles. Yes, for this beautiful opportunity that you're waiting for from the universe, the lesson that you have to learn is that one of hard work. All right, that your hard work will get you the best opportunities, but even the best opportunities will not do what it's meant to do for you if you don't put in the work, if your attitude towards work is not right. All right, so this is something that you're going to be taught. What do you need to keep in mind during this time? And you get the Magician in reverse. So this is not the time for manifesting. This is the time to just work hard. If you've had a vision in the past, you've done something, it didn't work, you kept it aside, and now you're looking for something else, you're trying to manifest something else, this is not the time for manifestation. With the Magician in reverse, keep it aside, go back to that project which at one time was lucrative to you, and then you just left it halfway or undone, or you didn't do a great job of it. It has a lot of potential. This is the right time for you, and this may be the golden opportunity that you're looking for, a second chance to work on that, because this time you do it right and things will be different. All right, and what do you need to redo, revisit? I did see the Hierophant there, and now what we get is the Ten of Pentacles. So for a lot of you, this could be regarding your marriage, all right? If in the past things were not okay and things didn't work out well for whatever reason it is, and for some of you, this could also be a business, maybe a family business, wherein you had a falling out with the authoritarian figure. It could be your father, your grandfather, whoever's running the business. Maybe you've had a falling out and you said, I don't want to be a part of this business, and you've gone out. You're getting a second chance. Now take this how it resonates. I can't really go over every scenario, but just whatever falling out you've had within a family business or within the family regarding your work, you are getting a second chance to make things okay here, to make peace with that authoritarian figure, to make peace with that family member, to make peace regarding your career, and working towards something so that you find tremendous success here with the Ten of Pentacles. And what is the reward you will get if you remain diligent? And the King of Cups wanted to show itself. You're going to have great emotional satisfaction. You're going to be in a very happy place. Not only will you, with your Ten of Pentacles there, not only will you make a lot of abundance and have peace in the home with whoever you've had a falling out with in the past, you're going to be in this beautiful place wherein you don't have to run from your emotions anymore. You have made peace with all those around you, and you're in this place of complete emotional fulfillment and satisfaction. It's just beautiful energy. All right, so what is the final message from Saturn? And you get the Eight of Swords in reverse. It's time for you to get out of your head, to stop overthinking and get moving, work. All right, and look at that. Bottom of the deck energy is the Queen of Cups. So you get the King and the Queen of Cups. So if this has got to do with something regarding a marriage wherein you had a falling out, and because whoever this person was, the breadwinner of the family, and you had an argument over something, you've had a falling out, maybe a separation. This could also be that you're getting a second chance to work things through and really work on your situation, be it a marriage, be it a family relationship, a family dynamic, family business, anything regarding your career. You're getting a second chance to make things right, to revisit the thing, work on it again, put your point across in a better fashion, work, be humble, and actually you'll find that this opportunity which had come in the past hadn't worked so well because of all that had happened, and now you're looking for something else. You're trying to manifest the ultimate opportunity, but this is going to come, revisit, and this may actually be that wonderful launch that you were waiting for. If it is a career or if it is your family situation, you will know. Okay, so you will know when this theme comes up, and you with this King and Queen here, beautiful energy. If nothing else, you'll find that you come into complete balance, and hereafter you're in such a beautiful place emotionally, mentally at peace, emotionally at peace, and you will be able to just move ahead. All right, so this is beautiful energy for those of you who've come to this reading. See, this is a collective reading. It's not a pick-up pile reading. So as it is even in pick-up pile readings, I say, if it's a general reading, it's not a private reading. Take only what resonates. And in this case, definitely take only what resonates, all right? So for advice, you get Direction Guardian. Choose your path. So you're getting to make this choice here as well, that once you get this second chance to speak with them, do you want to join the family business or actually branch out on your own? But last time, if you've done that, you may have done that, because you're annoyed, you're angry, and just walked away. Now you get a chance to do it right, and you still get to choose what you want, all right? And bottom of the deck is Dream and Journey. And I feel this is what you have been doing in order to manifest something else, but you're being told to pay attention to your dreams, because you may be getting signs about this very situation, so how you can make it better. We're going to take out a card from the Prism Oracle as well. And you get fear in reverse. All right, I've kept the deck upside down, but there's a reason for everything. So you get fear, and it came reversed. It's time for you to not overthink with that 8 of Swords in reverse that you got. Remember here, it's time for you to put your fears aside, to put your overthinking aside. You're going to be divinely protected. Everything is fine. Just do what you need to do. And you're being told to reflect on what happened in the past. You know, maybe what triggered you about this authoritarian figure is something that you need to work on yourself, you know. Oftentimes when people trigger us, it's because we need to heal that portion of our own selves. And the last card from the Moonology deck, as far as your Saturn retrograde is concerned, wow, your commitment is being tested. How much do you want that project which you had started? How much do you want to see those dreams come to true? Saturn, this is true Saturn message, you know. How committed are you to what you want? Are you willing to put in the work? This is being tested, and Saturn really tests you. All right, and you're being told, have faith in your dreams. I love this for you. So you've had a dream in the past, your Ace of Pentacles, and then whatever has happened has happened. Saturn is giving you a second chance, and your commitment will be tested. And if you actually stay the course, having faith in your dreams and putting in the work, doing what needs to be done, making peace with all those around you, and staying humble and dedicated to what you're doing, you will be rewarded multifold by Saturn. And that I can guarantee. All right, so this is as far as your Saturn retrograde is concerned. And if this is all that you want to see, and you're not called to see the Mercury retrograde, which is starting on the 17th of July till the 9th of August, I will put this down as a caption in case I got the dates mixed up. But if you do want to see that, I am going to dig in. All right, the tarot deck, as I said, is already pre-shuffled. We'll be using the Affirmators tarot. And what are we going to look at during the Mercury retrograde? Let me quickly take a look here. Yes. We're going to look at 6 questions here as well. So we begin, basically, yes, before we start taking out cards here, the Mercury retrograde, which is actually something which I think if you've been looking at tarot readings a lot and you've been following them, you know for quite some time that the Mercury retrograde, unlike the other planetary retrogrades, happens 3 times a year. It lasts for about 1 to 1.5 months. And since Mercury is a planet of communication, it's got to do with anything, got to do with communication. So, for example, you'll have glitches. If in anything that you do, you're trying to work on a project, you'll forget to save it, and that might go. So you've got to be, when it's got to do with verbal communication or written communication, you've got to be doubly sure during the Mercury retrograde, because if things can go wrong, they will. You might start fumbling, you may say something, the other person listens to something else, and you have a misunderstanding. All these things happen during the Mercury retrograde. All right, so that's why they usually say during retrogrades, you don't start something new, especially during a Mercury retrograde. You will find that, something's gone wrong. You've signed on something which you haven't read, which is why they say try not to start something new. But if you do have to do it, you don't have to stop your life because of Mercury retrograde. If everything is set and you're going to start and you're all ready for it, you don't have to stop it, but you got to, reread everything once again, recheck second time, maybe third time, get someone else to check it for you before you move forward. That way you will find that as you move forward, you don't get, roadblocks one after the other, because that can be quite an irritant. All right, so keeping that in mind, let us begin. We are going to take 6 questions. I'll read them out as I pull out the cards. I don't know, for some reason I'm very, I'm feeling like I should be rushing everything. Anyway, so first and foremost, what is coming to your awareness during this Mercury retrograde? And you get the Five of Cups in reverse. Okay, so what is coming into your awareness is something that has happened in the past, which has broken your heart, which you've been mourning over. Maybe you've lost someone, someone's passed on from this world, or it could be a relationship that's gone bad, or something that's not worked out, which you had invested a lot of your time, your energy, your emotions, everything into. It didn't work out, and you've been in that energy for quite a while. And now it is going to come back, and maybe you've done the healing work, but this retrograde, this theme is coming up for you to process once and for all and let it go, perhaps. All right. So how will this Mercury retrograde affect you? And you get the Three of Cups. Beautiful card. Okay, so during this time, I feel that when this theme comes, of your Five of Cups, you will have a lot of support around you, beautiful seekers. I feel you will have a lot of people to talk your problems out to just go hang around with. Maybe you don't start anything, you're not inspired to do anything fresh during this time, but you actually take some time out from your routine, go and meet people, mix around, and in doing so you may actually find connections and collaborations. You're not looking for it, but it might just happen. All right, and you actually get more time during this retrograde season to take some time out to just let your hair down a bit. What do you need to revisit during this time? I think it's already coming, but yeah, you have the Nine of Pentacles. All right, so if this Five of Cups in reverse was about a relationship that went bad, and if you're single right now, during this time you get a chance to not only think about your relationship status. Basically, you're going to look at, are you single because you're enjoying this wonderful period, or are you single because you're still stuck somewhere? So this is also a theme that you have to think about. For some of you, you may be thinking, when I said with the Three of Cups, you might find someone to collaborate with, or you might make connections as far as work is concerned. So maybe you get an offer or so to think about, so which will give you a lot of financial freedom. But again, don't sign anything. If you can avoid, don't start something new during this time. But you can work on it, work on the paperwork and everything, and then try and actually begin after the 9th of August. However, if it is imperative and if your gut says you need to go for it, just reread all the fine print before you sign anything. All right, so this is important for you. So what do you need to rework during this time? Sorry for the interruption. And you get the Tower in reverse. So this again leads me back to believe that there was a Tower moment which actually caused that Five of Cups, and you get the Tower in reverse. Something didn't work out, and I feel you did the healing, but not all of the healing. The Tower, when the Tower moment happens, it's basically, it shakes everything that you built your dreams on, because the foundation wasn't solid. And then you get to rebuild again. But somehow I feel, though that Tower happened in the past, you haven't begun from scratch. So you may have done superficial kind of healing. I'm not trying to call you out, but this is in your best interest. If you've just swept it under the carpet and wiped your tears and had a big smile and said, let's move ahead, we don't want to think about it, it will come back again. And maybe during this Mercury retrograde, this is exactly what's going to come back. And you have to heal. Because this theme will come back, and you feel that you're moving forward, and suddenly you're going to feel as though you don't know what hit you. All those emotions will start coming up. So you need to make sure that you are very kind to yourself, you heal yourself, and you let it go. all right? And this is the time to do it, because the energy is such, it will actually help you do this and move forward. Oh, there's another card that wanted to show itself. There must be a Eight of Wands. Maybe this past person or past situation, you get some sort of communication from them, and that is the trigger, and then you realize that you thought you've healed and you haven't. It may bring back all the emotions, this communication that's coming your way, all right? What unknown factors should you be aware of during this time? What unknown factors should you be aware of during this time? This wanted to come out here. King of Pentacles. You get the King of Pentacles. You may be, trying to work on this Nine of Pentacles, but maybe you are actually in this King of Pentacles energy, something bigger and brighter than whatever you're offered during this time with that collaboration that I said. Maybe there is something more for you. So maybe you need to wait some more. I'll just take a clarification for this. What is this King of Pentacles, Spirit? What unknown factors do they need to be aware of? Oh my God. Okay. You clarify the King of Pentacles with the Empress, the Nine of Swords, and the King of Swords. Okay, so what I feel is, what you're not aware of is that, you've been thinking because of whatever happened in the past, that maybe you were not good enough for something, or, you're looking for little things to give you financial independence. But whatever your idea is, now, if this Five of Cups situation was about a career situation, you have a lot of power and you have a lot of things that are going good for you. So don't question yourself. If your heart is in it and it's something that you're good at, you are going to get into this Empress energy. There's a lot of abundance coming in, a lot of ideas. You are in this great receptive mode. And with the King of Swords coming here, you have absolute clarity of thought. All right, you're going to see things from every angle and you're seeing it very clearly. So what is the thing that's going wrong in this whole situation? The Nine of Swords. Sleepless nights due to overthinking, due to you not being able to resolve that Tower moment and that Five of Cups moment. All right, so that is something you really need to work on, because that's having a negative impact on your thinking, on everything that you do. You start second guessing, you start disbelieving yourself, you start looking for answers outside of yourself, though you are completely capable of handling the entire situation. So this is something that you need to keep in mind. And last but not the least, what precautions do you need to take so that this Mercury retrograde is a smooth one and you get Death in reverse and the Six of Wands. So precautions you need to take is, do not run away from a transformation. You need to transform that Five of Cups and the Tower moment that happened. You can't run away from it anymore. If you think that you can build from whatever it is and forget about the past, it's going to keep coming back every retrograde till you finally learn your lesson. But you're getting this opportunity, this Mercury retrograde. Don't run from your emotions. Don't fear them. Work through them. Go head on towards them. It's going to be uncomfortable for a very little time, because you're almost there. But what you can build out of it is going to transform your life completely. You've seen the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords, and the Empress, irrespective of your gender. All right, wonderful things are waiting to happen. But if this Nine of Swords is going to keep coming up, and those themes of the Five of Cups is going to keep coming up, you can never actually move forward. You will move forward 5 steps, come back 3 steps. And it's going to actually take from you. So let this transformation happen once and for all. And guess what you get here? The Six of Wands. Absolute success. This is your destiny. Complete success in whatever you get. Coming to the Empress energy, the King of Pentacles, the King of Swords. all this tremendous success that you want will come. Your life will transform beautifully. Do not run away from it just because it's a little difficult. All right. So this is as far as your tarot is concerned. I'm going to be using the same oracle cards for advice. So we'll start with the Angel and Ancestors Oracle. Spirit, what does the collective need to know during this Mercury retrograde? Advice for this Mercury retrograde. And you get summer. Bask in joy and light. And you get the honeybee. So you're being told that there is going to be tremendous success here. Your hard work will pay off. With the King of Pentacles, the Empress, the King of Swords here, and the Six of Wands, and this is the taste of success. You are going to have so much of laughter, so much of abundance, so much of, all good things. Just all that you need to do is to work on that transformation, not run away when it's finally going to come up again. Maybe with someone reaching out to you, all those emotions will come up again. This time, don't run away from them. Process them and let them go. Bottom deck energy, Mirror Guardians. It's time. Take time out to reflect. Absolutely. You're running away from it because it's painful. It's understandable. It's natural. It's not something that only you are doing. It's everyone. All of us go through the same thing. No one wants to sit with the pain. But sometimes if you just sit with the pain just enough at the right time, healing yourself, forgiving all concern, letting them go. Forgiving them doesn't mean that it was okay that they behaved in whichever way they did, if it was a person or whatever situation that played out. But you know that life doesn't work the way you expect it to. The way you want justice is not how it happens. It may be unfair to you in this lifetime. You don't know what happened the previous lifetime. So whatever happens, take it as a lesson that you learned, let it go, and forgive for your own mental peace, not for anyone else. Okay, so forgive them, forgive yourself, and let it go. Determination. You have okay, it's a nice bright yellow card, and it says determination. And with your determination, you can actually push past this last bit of healing that you need to do. You've done superficial healing. There's something it'll come up on its own. And this time, you got to just, with determination, give that final push so that you can live. Yes, determination to get past the pain. There's a lot of pain that you've buried inside. It's going to come up. And you can put it out of your life forever. All right. So, but only you can do it. Nobody else can do it for you. So when it comes up, one way or the other, you have a lot of strength. Process it so that you live your best life and you don't have any of this overthinking, second guessing yourself, wondering whether what you thought is okay, trying to be smaller, to fit in. It doesn't suit you. Let that transformation happen. Adjustments are required with the third quarter moon, and emotions are running high. So they will run high during this time, especially when that communication comes. But I felt the need to see this, and it says, show the world the real you. It's time for you to shine, beautiful seekers. If you're here in this reading for the Mercury retrograde bit of the reading, when these emotions come up, process them. This time, don't run away. Let the transformation happen. You are worthy and you deserve to be loved, respected, and hailed for who you are, just as you are, authentic version of yourself. All right? And there's a lot of success waiting to happen. I am sending you so much love and light. Take good care of yourself during both the retrogrades. And I'll see you around again with another reading. Bye-bye.